Every bass player should have some sort of drive pedal in their collection. Some might go for something a little bit more subtle, but today we're looking at an interesting contender for those who like it rough. Die Carcosa Fuzz by DoD. Let's check it out. Hi everyone, welcome to Bass the World, where we test all kinds of interesting bass gear. My name is Gregor Fries and today I'm accompanied by my buddy Lars Lehmann on bass. Before we get tons of questions, this is my Bass Hornet, which is based on an early 50s P-Bass. And here's a little disclaimer, this is a DoD pedal, but here in Germany we actually call them DOT. I'm just saying that because it might slip out here and there in this video. But I'm totally fine with that as long as the rest of the world remains unable to pronounce Mercedes-Benz, Audi and Adidas right. In preparation for this video I tried to find out what Carcosa, I hope that's how you pronounce it, what it actually is. It's a place mentioned in different horror novels from H.P. Lovecraft, but also a place in the Song of Ice and Fire saga, better known as one of the books from Game of Thrones. But the right reference probably comes from the stories from Robert Chambers, especially The Yellow King. Not sure how this relates to this pedal, but it sets a certain tone, which seems appropriate. Speaking of setting a tone, let's talk about the controls. The Carcosa comes with 4 potentiometers and a mini switch. The 2 big ones are before, which is the gain, and output, which is your master volume. Underneath sit 2 smaller controls. On the left is after, which is a bias control that changes the texture of the fuzz, and on the right sits a high cut, which we need in this pedal as much as we need air to breathe. In between sits a switch with 2 positions, Demhe and Harley, which are basically 2 different fuzz modes. The lower setting comes with a slight bass cut, which can be very useful if you're playing a big tube amp that already has a lot of low end. But the upper setting called Demhe will very likely be the more popular for bass players. It comes with a sweet bass and low mid boost, which definitely sounds fatter, which is always good. There's no question the Carcosa sits on the more brutal end of the general drive spectrum, but that's actually not all you can do with the pedal. Now let's hear it with a Fender P-Bass with flats in not exactly a lower gain setting, but a more disco bassline groove type of situation. Fuzzes like this can get quite nasty, especially in the top end, so thanks DOT for including a high cut to tame this monstrosity of a pedal. Monstrosity as in monsters are cute and fun. But the most interesting part about this pedal is how these different controls interact with each other. Before is the gain, but the after control seems to influence the gain even more. It's a lot of fun to sit down and try a lot of combinations to push the effect in different directions. Now let's try a more modern approach and play some B-string slap stuff on this 5-string F-bass. There's no doubt this is a rather special pedal and definitely not for everyone, but if you love heavy fuzz sounds and a good bargain, this is a very interesting purchase. Yes, this one's surprisingly affordable, which you couldn't tell from the build quality, so thumbs up. And that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next one. And yeah, see you soon. Bye!